Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on the purchase of your Flagstaff Superlight 26 FKBS travel trailer. You guys picked a cool trailer here. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration. It's a little windy right now, but I'm wearing your awning out here shortly, show you how far to leave room for that to come in and out over here. Now on your off-camp side, of course, I want you to think about your slides. You got deep slides here, leave plenty of room for them to come in and out unhindered, preferably nothing hanging over top of them. Then leave yourself a nice walking path, because the next thing I want you to think about is where your power and water connections are going to be. Yours, both of them, are on the very end of the unit. So your power is going to be right there on your driver's side, and your water is going to be over here on your campsite. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook our hitch, next thing we're going to do is level it. Now your unit comes with a power tongue jack. Simply raise it up or bring it down to our unit's level. Should you lose power, there's a manual override right up underneath this rubber stopper for that hand crank right there. So you can get this up and down if you lose power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts when you arrive. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose as you're coming down the road. Once you got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of your unit has power stabilizing jacks. As I hit extend, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of those stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Better distribute the weight. You're going to put them down and run these down, bam, just until you receive any type of pressure. Remember, we don't want to lift the unit. We already have the unit level. Now all we want to do is stabilize it. So bring down these front ones. Yeah, use your 10% off coupon. Grab a 4-pack of jack pads. Stabilizing jack pads, put them down. Again, just run these down. Show the taunt. I'm going to run them all the way down here real quick to show you. They work good. That's it, just until they're down. Don't want to lift our unit at all. Alright, so we got all four of our stabilizing jack downs. Our unit's level and stable. Next thing we're going to do is hook up our power and water. Run these back up here real quick. Again, on the back of the unit, this big long 50 amp cord. They plug in at a little angle and then twist to the right and then put on your black washer. Should you need, at the end of that 50 amp cord, and your convenience pack is a 50 to 30 amp dog bone. And you'll also have this 30 to 110 to go on there if you need to plug in at home. That's power hooked up, let's hook up our water. All your water connections right here. You have a light for night docking, tank flush, antifreeze, city inlet. Now at campsites, we're going to hook up the city inlet. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Use this when putting fluid in here. Hook that up, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. let's find your hot water heater. Yours is on the campsite all the way toward the front. All we're gonna do at this point, folks, is put a little plumber's tape on here and put our rod and drain plug in. Get that in there nice and tight. Once that's in there tight, I think it's 1 1/8 inch. Once that's in there tight, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now after that hose has been on for a little while, our unit's level, stable, we can go inside and deploy our slides if we need to get to our water taps. Once you go inside and open up your water taps, let all the air out of the lines. Once you got a steady flow of water coming out of those, shut them off, and then you can turn on your hot water heater from indoors. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're not going to hook up at a campsite. We're going to go boondocking or dry docking. In that case, just around this corner is your potable or freshwater tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose, fill that up. 2 ways to tell when that's full. There's an overflow valve right here, or on the inside where you check the levels of your battery and black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Once that's full, put your cap back on there, and then if you want to utilize this water for anything, you got to turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we got our power and water hooked up. Let me go ahead and walk you around to the rest of the unit here, starting on the outside of your campsite back corner. Again, potable water. You have an outdoor shower here with hot and cold water. Power tongue jack, or excuse me, power stabilizing jacks. So you're running them back up. I'll show you a freshwater drain. Using potable water, that's where you'll dump that at. There's a manual override crank for your slides. There's the hole for one. You have a griddle that will sit out here. I'll show you that. It's up in your storage. 110 and cable if you want to set a TV out here. Come along the side here is your main low point drain. This is a latch to hold your door open. Little porch step light. Here's your quick connect LP. Griddle will set up on this one as well. This is the one you want to use. That's a prep table. With your LP disconnect down here. This is a flue for your furnace. If you run your furnace, make sure this is not blocked and don't touch it, it'll get hot. Again, your hot water heater. There's your other hole for your manual crank. And there is your manual crank for those overrides. Here's your griddle and your hitch work. Front stabilizing jacks. You also prep for solar power. You can plug in a solar power or solar panel right here, and that'll trickle charge your batteries. Your propane does come with a cover and a regulator. Simply lefty-loosey to open. Green means you've got gas. Go in the front again, your battery posts, check those. Docking light. Come down on your slide side. You have 2 places you'll dump. It'll be easier to access once your slides are closed. But you have a black and gray tank back here, and underneath your slide will be gray tank number 2. Continue down the side with your storage. Come to the back of the unit again, your power. You're prepped for a Furion backup camera. Device you can purchase from our store that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle, electronically communicating with this device. Gives you a backup camera for the unit. You also have a ladder. Utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year and check the seams of your roof. Caulk as needed. Spare tire with a cover. Again, this night docking light. There's our city water. Here's our black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite and dumping our black tanks. And here's your antifreeze inlet. Cable and satellite hookups. What covers everything out here? Let's take a walk on the inside. So first thing I like to point out in every unit, as soon as you walk in, is going to be your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone who's camped with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway. Coming to our right as we come in is a control panel. Up top, there's a barcode for TPMS. It's a tire pressure monitoring system. I'll show you where that's located. I'm going to actually send you a separate video from Truck System Technologies that can explain how to hook that up better. And you can download this app at the App Store or Google Play, and you can control everything here, your lights, your awnings, your slides from your phone. There's your one control password for Lippert. Wi-Fi Ranger right here. If you're at the back of the park, you can enter this information in, and that'll boost your Wi-Fi range. There's your brand new battery. There's your fresh tank. I said you push that button to tell when your potable water is full. Your black and gray tanks. Over here is where you turn on your water heater if hooked up to electric, your water heater if hooked up to gas. It makes a difference. Your water pump if using potable water. Your tank heater, use a pad on your tank if you're in inclement weather. Your awning, I'm going to run that out real quick, while you also show your slide controls and all your lighting. I'm going to run this awning out. Main point I want to make is these awnings won't stop on their own. You're going to have to watch these as they come out. You're going to want to run this out until you see your flap fall down to 90 degrees and you can see your bar. That's as far as you want to run that out. Again, that will extend itself past that and run itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you're running it out. Get that back in here real quickly. A little windy out there, nothing to harm it, but I'm going to get it closed. Alright, now as your awning close up, we will continue our walkthrough here. To the left of that is going to be your thermostat. Let's go to system, go to mode, system, heat. Now change mode to heat gas. I'm trying to get this to the air. There we go, zone 1, the air on. Get that kick on. I don't want to shut it off because it's rather warm in here, but we'll go to mode here and get that to off. You hear this shut off. Now when we come back here to turn your heat on, system, low, heat, cool, heat. Heat. Turn our heat on here. Then you'll notice when the heat comes on, it takes a few minutes longer. There that goes. I'm going to shut that off. It takes a few minutes longer for the heat fan to shut off than it does everything else. Little safety strap here for your fridge. Controls for that are in there. Make sure you have this over here for travel. Self-explanatory microwave. Below that, a light and fan. This cooktop, glass top, makes an excellent backsplash. Set that up like so. Turn on your panel light. Turn this to high. Hit your spark and there's your flame. Same thing on your oven. Turn this over to light. Hit your spark over here. That'll light your pilot light and then set it to the desired temperature. You don't need to get in the oven to light your pilot light anymore. And your panel light, if you point it down, becomes an oven light. One-touch lighting throughout here. I want to show you up in here is some paperwork and your tire pressure monitoring system. Over here is your inverter control, USBs and 110. Down here in the corner up front is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Now the reason I mentioned that's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day, nothing plugged in charging your battery, disconnect one of your battery posts to keep this running down, run your battery down while you're gone. Lighting up here, your table, simply flick that to the side, pull it towards you, this will fold down. Set it on these lips, put your back cushions on top, there's another seating area. These lights are a One touch for blue, hold it in for a reading light. Parachute pull recliners. Heat massage here, I believe. Oh, that is a lumbar control. That'll swell it up here. Turn your TV on. The television comes on.
Until 3 p.m.
So mention we have where your cable comes in back here. There is a little green button. Make sure that button is pushed in.
When these storms are producing torrential rain with the amount of humidity.
Make sure that green button is lit up before you run your digital channel scan. That'll allow you to pick up some more channels. Down below here is your your sound system. It's on Bluetooth, FM, Bluetooth, AM, FM clock. Really nice system. 3 zones. Shut them all off. That's inside. That's your front bedroom area, and that's outside. Shut all them off. Below that, your fireplace. Not just for looks anymore. I can go through and make it brighter or dimmer and show you pretty colors, but the biggest thing is the heat. If it's chilly in the morning or evening and you're plugged into a campsite, instead of using up your gas, go ahead and crank this baby up and it'll get it toasty in here in no time. Come back into your bathroom. I want to mention here, you have a hand crank open, power exhaust up here, 4 different speeds. When you travel, make sure that your shower door is snapped back. You also have a 110 with GFCI reset in here. And lastly, for travel, make sure your bathroom door is snapped back. Bathroom / bedroom. And then your bedroom internal lights in here. This is prepped for AC. You can install a second AC in this unit in the future. Not much to talk about in here other than your steps will go down. Here's your solar control panel. So what this does is it controls the amount of power that your solar panel puts to your battery, keeps it from overcharging it. I will send you a separate video from GP Electric on that as well. That about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I like to start by saying doors and drawers. I'm gonna take these remotes, put them in a drawer so we know where they're at. So doors and drawers, make sure that all doors and drawers are closed and secure, that nothing's going to impede your slides from coming in. Make sure your TV is pushed all the way back. I like to start by shutting off my interior lights, because then I can walk around and see any individual lighting that I may have left on. We'll check the entire unit here. All lights are off. I'm going to leave this bedroom door open. I'll come back over here, turn on interior. Slide number 2 is your bedroom slide. I'm going to push in on that, and I can see it coming in. Again, make sure nothing's at the end of the bed. All the doors and drawers on your dresser are closed. It's okay to hear that noise. That's just the slide mechanism telling itself not to go in any further. Come over here and bring in slide number 1. You see the importance of having all these drawers closed? Any of them can be snapped off by closing your slide up. We don't want to break things. Slides in, hit our interior lights, look outside, make sure the exterior lights are all off. So for these steps, you're going to want to make sure this exterior door is all the way open, otherwise this can catch on it when it comes up. See how close it comes? So bring that up in here, lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn this handle, your door is ready for travel. At this point, we're going to bring up all of our stabilizing jacks, unhook our power, our cable, and our water. And once our water's been unhooked, we can come here and dump this low point drain. If we are out boondocking, we're going to come back here and dump this other low point drain right here, back there in that corner. And then lastly, we'll go to our hot water heater. Lift up on our pressure release valve. That'll dump the remaining of the hot water out of there. Push that down, otherwise your door won't close. Then you can pull your drain plug. Hook up your hitch and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. You got one that comes with your convenience pack, 10-foot hose, but you got two places to dump. Behind the tires to start with, and then up in front of the tires. You can get a big Y from our store and hook that up, but you are going to begin by dumping your sewer outlet. Hook up that sewer hose and pull our black handle. Again, our black handle is going to be our sewer water. After it sounds like that's no longer draining, leave that handle open, come back to the back of your unit, and with the hose at the dump station, again with your water pressure regulator, hook that up and turn that hose on for a good 5 minutes. Let that run, wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Once that's done, close that back up. Come around here and close your black handle. Pull that gray handle. Again, that's going to be gray holding tank. Sinks and showers. Sewage goes out a little bit for you. Close that gray handle up when it's done. If you're sticking with the one hose, go ahead and move up here to gray tank number 2. Hook that up and pull that one. Again, cleaner waters. That'll clean your sewage hose out for you. Then you can conveniently and sanitarily come back here to where it says squeeze and store your sewage hose right inside your bumper. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Flagstaff for many years to come. Happy camping.